What's good, fam? What's good, TC here? Check this out. I was thinking about some of the stuff that we talk about when we get on our channels and post up our information and reaching out to our people. And I came across a subject matter that I don't hear a lot of us talking about. I mean, unless there's certain YouTubers and black chunks and videographers out there that are speaking on it. But I'm gonna go ahead and put my 2 cents in on this because it affects me directly and it affects all of us directly. By us, I mean black people. We, my wife and I, went to the doctor the other day because my wife, excuse me, is an athlete. She showers a lot. She gets swimmer's ear sometimes. Get a little irritation in her ear, was bothering her, it was pressure. She went to the doctor to get, what do they call it, irrigation in her ear. Okay. Then they gave her, a prescription. So, we go get it all done, and then we go to the drugstore to get the prescription filled and everything. And we're talking to the cashier, and I whip out my coupon I got in the mail. I figured, I want to see if this works. She looked at it. Yeah, it's a good coupon and everything. It saved up to 75% on this prescription. Yeah, it worked, but your insurance will save you even more. So we're gonna go ahead and just use your insurance card first, and you can go ahead and keep that, for something different. I said, all right, well, cool. I put my little thing back in my pocket and whip out the insurance card. We got insurance to our job, to our work. And my wife's a teacher, so we go through the school district. So check it out. The lady gives us the prescription, and it's this little bottle of shit, about maybe an inch tall, maybe contains maybe a half ounce, maybe 3/4 of an ounce of fluid inside the bottle, and it's got a little squirt on there that like an eyedropper, put the drips in your ear. Cool, that's on. So I asked the lady, I said, well, how much would it be if we didn't have insurance? She said, your insurance saved you a lot of money. How much would it be? I said, because, I'm interested in knowing. She said, well, it would have been, your insurance saved you $355. So in other words, this little bottle of shit was over $400. $400. Now, seeing as how most black people make less than $30,000 a year, most of us do, and I'd be willing to bet that 3/4 of black people in this country earn less than $50,000 a year, but most black people in this country earn $30,000 a year or less. From that $30,000, you got to feed yourself, house yourself, clothe yourself, transport yourself. Okay? They ain't trying to raise wages to something you can live on either. They're not trying to do that. That's not something that the Republicans or the Democrats are interested in doing. A living wage is not on the agenda. Okay? So as soon as how you make that little bit of money, you would never have been able to afford that $400 and some odd dollar medicine if you didn't have insurance. Now, the Donald Trump administration came in guns blazing. They're going to kill the Affordable Care Act. They tried all manner of things, short of putting forth a program that would have been better. They came up with two really bad motherfucking programs that neither one of them could pass, through Congress. So they figured they'd just dismantle the fucking thing through executive orders. And the latest part of that is where they're trying to defund the provision that says insurance companies have to cover you for pre-existing conditions. They can't deny you coverage for pre-existing conditions. They're trying to get rid of that one, and they will, and they will. And add that to the fact that the Democrats, the corporate Democrats, the Democratic establishment, is telling people that Medicare for all is a bad idea, and so single payer health care is not something that they're going to embrace. So everybody is still fucked. You fucked on the right, and you fucked on the right, and you fucked on the left. So getting back to the original thing, if I didn't have insurance through my school, I wouldn't have been. I just had to deal with my wife's condition, and heaven forbid if it was a broken leg or something, because the way things are now, a broken leg could bankrupt you. You know, if you get have a kidney problem, or I'm at that age where I gotta worry about prostate examinations and prostate cancer and shit like that. If you get some shit like that, you got to get you a massive GoFundMe campaign to pay for your goddamn medical bills. Otherwise, you just die. So you got the Republicans taking apart affordable health care and refusing to expand Medicaid to people who can't afford insurance, and you got the Democrats saying that they're dead set against a single payer health care plan. So, and you got black people and others who make less than $30,000 a year and can't afford these high ass premiums and co-pays. You got all of this. This is a perfect storm for a whole bunch of people dying. Now, when people tell you that there's a population control agenda afoot, they tell you that you're crazy and you're a conspiracy theorist. Well, that shit is conspiracy fact right there. Because when you put all that together, what else can you call it? I'm asking. Somebody can leave me something in the comment section. What else could you call that other than an agenda to reduce population? Let these people stay home and die. And I've actually heard Republicans say that. Now, Democrats, they won't say that outright. But Republicans, the really nasty ones, who think that they speaking, from the hip, they'll say, well, these people should just die until it's somebody in their family. So we as black people need to be particularly aware of these types of things. And we need to speak more on it and take action. We need to elect individuals. Actually, what I think we really need to do is start a whole new political party. Like the ones that they used to do back in the 60s and 70s. They used to try to start political parties and stuff. They used to do that. That would be something. Now, a political party, start a political party where our agenda is put forth, and we elect people who back our agenda. By our agenda, I mean black people, not coons, not people of color, not gays, not even fucking Hispanics. Black people. It'll be small, but it can be powerful if we all get behind it. Because shit like this, like not having health insurance, that can affect everybody directly. That can actually kill you. Everybody is one car accident away from fucking total bankruptcy and financial ruin. I mean, we as black people, we deal with adversity better than most people. Because when the economy crashed back in 2008, we a lot of us, we just kept on keeping on because we used to doing more with less. So we wouldn't have to have a big, political party that was all-encompassing in order to get anything done. We are able to do more with less. And that's what we need to be shifting towards. I leave that up to the younger people because, I'm from the fucking civil rights era myself. And a lot of the young, like Martin Lawrence used to say, a lot of the young Thundercats out there, they don't seem to be mentioning nothing about forming a political party. But it seems to me that's what we need, unless somebody got a better idea. Because I can't stand when a motherfucker get on um, a platform and shoot down everything you suggest, but they don't suggest anything themselves. It's one thing to identify a problem, but once you start identifying a problem, you should come back with at least one possible solution to the problem you identify. You know, because I see it, like I said, I see it as population control. Now, people are gonna say, well, it ain't that, it's something else, it's blah blah blah. Look, when you talk about these people in the 0.1%, you talking about a bunch of inbred motherfuckers who have no conscience. And when they want the population down, and when they tell you that there are too many humans on the earth, they mean to do something about it. And like people say, they playing chess. They ain't playing checkers. They'll take as long as they need to take to get the population down to where they think it needs to be. You know, this is written literally in stone in Georgia at the Georgia Guidestones, where they want to bring the population down to 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. Why do you think the water's still dirty in Flint, Michigan? You know, why do you think climate change is, not really being addressed? Why do you think motherfuckers who supposed to care about you don't want you to have health care, don't want you to have education, unless you have, and want to send you into these wars, unless you have money, unless you have money. And then they don't want to pay you any money. They don't want to pay you something, a living wage, or enough money that you can save a little bit so you can have a few dollars left over. They don't want to pay you that. They don't want to pay you any money so you can afford the medication you need should one of your family members get sick. They don't want to do that. So this all feeds right into that. Unless somebody got a better motherfucking notion of what's going on, I'd be willing to listen to it. But I've been around long enough to know that things that are called conspiracy theory today usually find out 25, 30, 35, 40, even 50 years down the road that, yeah, it was true. I mean, just look back at the things that people called conspiracy theory in the past and they turn out to be true. You know. So we need to be speaking more on that, people. We need to be speaking more on progressive policies that can really help our people stay alive on this earth. You got a politician running in your area, hold that motherfucker or that motherfucker, hold that person's feet to the fire and make sure that they represent what you really feel. All of these so-called corporate Democrats, they don't give a fuck about you. They're getting paid by the same people the Republicans is getting paid by. Don't get it twisted. That's been a goddamn tactic for a long time. You fund both sides of the war. That way, whoever wins, your man wins. Anyway, sassy lady behind me. She used to hang in the museum too. I got a lady just bought her, and I don't know. My stuff is moving, man. I'm having a good week. I'm going to get her all mounted and framed up and shipped out. And I made a little piece of change off of her, and I really enjoy doing that piece. You can find stuff like that at my website tcedwards.com, or you can email me and or leave something in my message box, and I'll hit you back. All right, I guess that's it for now, yo. TC, and I'm out.